That took longer than expected. You've been out for a few days. The trader said he'd give you his most potent tranquilizer, but I didn't realize how effective it would be. We were on a different continent, so relocation was easier if you were fully incapacitated. And I didn't have any trouble with it. Being me has its perks. Who I transport and what condition they're in is none of their business. You can hear my staff. They're curious about you, and I don't blame them. I never go out of my way to collect someone. They're normally recommended to me and go through a rigorous checking process before they even set foot on my estate. You are an exception, though I think it's warranted, given the circumstances. I don't think the same vetting process will work with you. You're the first of your kind I've been this close to my knowledge, and owned, so things have to be different. They have to be curated for you. What do you think the process should be? Measuring your fangs? Your murderous capabilities? What about how fast you can heal? What as much as I know about the existence of mythics, I'm not as knowledgeable as I'd like to be. Well, I can't go to the local library and find an encyclopedia about you. And if I looked online, it's a heap of idealizations mixed with lore from different cultures dating back centuries. So, the only source of information I have is what I've heard from those who are familiar with vampires, and the vampires themselves. You. I'm not going to experiment on you. I've seen what I've needed. You're fast, powerful. You have excellent hearing. Your senses are better than any humans could ever be. That's all that matters. My staff have an idea about what you are, but they don't know the full extent, and I'm going to keep it that way. Because news will spread. My new bodyguard. They'll be asking, why? How strong are they? What can they do? Will I also fear them? Will they hurt me? They don't know what you are, what you're capable of. And that's the real root of your power. Soon that news will continue to spread. The guests that come here, my acquaintances, they'll hear the stories and probably won't believe them. But then that will leak through my walls. By the time it gets to others, you might be known as a blood-hungry demon from hell who'll kill anyone who makes eye contact with you. The more you're an enigma, the more dangerous you are. Yes, that's why I chose you. So when word gets out that I have you in my possession... Exactly. I don't have to say anything. They'll do the work for me. And anyone who's had a thought to harm me will now think twice. Of course. You can't do much if you're starved. Are you hungry? Do you want something to eat or drink? Anything within reason. If you want a fill of blood, I have some retainers on standby. I'm sure they'll be enough to satisfy your bloodlust. What do you think I am? Some kind of cold-blooded murderer? No. I carefully source your dinner They are people who deserve suffering and death. Not by my standards. They've been condemned by the state. All of them have their dates of execution, but I gave them an alternative. They didn't have to die in their prison. They wouldn't escape death, but they'll have a last meal and better scenery beforehand. I wouldn't call it mercy, not when I'm giving them to you. If only they knew. They'd hide in their cells and beg for the electric chair instead of being confined in a room with you. And something tells me you'd like that. Ending their sentence in any way you see fit. Have their last moments be a reflection of how weak and small they really are. I think humans need to be reminded of that every now and then. So, would you like me to fetch one for you? I have human food ready as well. What would you like? Nothing? Really? Not even a drop of blood? Ah. Does this happen every time you're drugged? Interesting. A sedative that significantly reduces a vampire's appetite. Still, I'll be sure to keep it in mind. Yes, I'll tell my aides to store your food. They won't be going anywhere, but they'll be nurtured until you're ready to eat. Calling them pigs for slaughter is a kindness. The room. Is it too little or too much? I know you're used to luxury, but this isn't a bribe. You want to know how much this room cost? I don't normally talk figures. Fine. Your space, with the furnishings and amenities, cost about $2 million. This is the main building, which has around 30 rooms. I have 2 other buildings on the land, plus my staff quarters, and I ensure they're all treated with respect and with the hospitality they deserve. For now, get settled in. You have a full closet, full drawers, an ensuite bathroom, and attached living area. It is all yours, so do with them as you wish. I need to leave to do work and make the announcement that you're here. Just an official one, nothing too fancy. Are you threatening me? I do remember what happened to Ivan. Neglect caused his death. The difference between him and I is that I recognize your worth, and I won't be stupid enough to lose sight of it. However, I am a man of business, and things need to be addressed and sorted. Assistants aren't as thorough as I am. I have my aide, but she isn't privy to my comings and goings. I do trust her, but I like to be cautious. With you, it's an entirely different manner of caution. So what you're saying is that you want a personal welcome from me, an assurance of what I said to you in that underground hellhole. You are worth it. Fetch my laptop, the books on my desk, and bring them to me immediately. No, I agree. Your first night in this place shouldn't be spent alone.